So now that prom season is coming up, or even, I don't know, any other look you wanna just be really dramatic with, or really just slaying whatever, this is the look. It would look 10 times better with your hair done, with a nice outfit, but since I'm not going anywhere, it's just gonna be like this. So if you like this look, keep on watching. So after I filled in my brows, I used my Y21 from Morphe and the Fit Me concealer in Fair. And now I am going to prime my lids with the concealer. Taking my damp Morphe sponge, I'm going to blend this in. My preference for priming my lids is to set it with my Airspun Translucent. Nowadays people are just putting the concealer or whatever primer they use and using it wet, but I still like to set it. And now taking my Y11, I'm going to brush it off. So for today I'm going to be taking my Jaclyn Hill palette, and I'm going to be taking these two colors right here. I know they have names, but I don't feel like looking at a little card. I'm going to take the Wet n Wild crease brush. This is going to be our transition shade, so I'm just going to blend this into our crease and out. Now we're going to start going deeper into color. So with the palette, I'll be taking this one right under this one. I'm going to slowly start going deeper into the crease. So I like to really lift up my eyebrow. If you can't, lift it up yourself, just take your hand and really just place that into your crease. So forgot to say what brush I'm using. I'm using the Y17. And now I'm just taking those two colors we used before and blending all the colors together. So with the same Y17 brush by Morphe, I'm going to take this brown right here, really tapping away that excess because this is going to be pigmented. So now I'm going to be focusing on the outer corner. I'm going to keep dipping into that color till I get my desired shape. I'm taking this color like halfway into my crease. So once we got it all blended out, I'm now going to start sweeping it all over my crease. So again, taking those two transition colors, I'm going to blend all of this together. So now taking the Y18, I'm going to dip into that really dark brown right next to it, tapping away the excess, and I'm really gonna start focusing on the outer corner. So once I got that dark brown blended out in the outer corner, I'm gonna take that shade and start pressing it onto my lid just halfway and then blending it out. So once we got that partially blended out, I'm not going to take the two transition colors anymore. I'm just going to blend it out with the brush. If you were to take the two transition colors, it might ruin how dark your colors are now. Before we take the black in the corner, I'm just going to dip into that second shade we used. And I'm going to blend out any harsh lines like right here. I'm holding this really awkwardly, but we're going to take that Y18. And we're going to dip into the black. You want to be really careful with black. The slower you go into the black, the better. You don't want to just take the black, put it on, and then start blending. You want to go really slow. So you might have to dip back multiple times to get the desired look you want. So again, taking this on the outer corner. I'm first going to pat it where I want it. And then I'm going to blend it out. As you can see with how I'm blending it, I'm not even taking it over my crease yet. I really just want to focus on this corner. I'm going to make sure that it's tapped onto my lash line on the corner, not everywhere, just on the corner. And once that you feel like you got the desired pigment you want in the outer corner, start taking it a little into the crease all the way to the inner corner, just very slowly. So again, this to me doesn't look blended, so I'm going to take that second shade again that we used, and I'm going to blend the hell out of this crease. I'm going to take that Wet n Wild brush and clean it with no shadow. So now I'm going to be taking that Fit Me concealer and I'm going to create a half cut crease. Now we've already done this on this channel, but it's such a pretty look for a prom look, so we're going to do it again. If you didn't watch my first video, first you want to figure out where you want the cut crease. So since I have hooded eyes, I'm going to have my eyes open so I can see that line right there. You see where it folds? And I want to go a little over that fold. So right there. So now I'm going to open my eye and I'm going to drag the concealer. So I'm kind of also, since it's going to be a half cut crease, I'm first starting from the middle. So with my pupil, that helps me. Now with the wand of the concealer, I'm just going to drag carefully. I messed up a little there, so I'm going to take the Y18, blend the concealer in, and that helps us start over. I am begging you, do not rush a half cut crease. It does take time. So if you're in a rush, I wouldn't recommend doing this look. Now I'm going to take my finger and I'm tapping that concealer because I don't want too much when I set it. Just make sure not to go like right over here because that ruins the detail we put in. And I'm also going to pat right in the edge right there, just so it's going to be easier for us to blend shadow for it to fade. And now I'm going to set this with my Airspun Translucent with my little puff puff. And make sure it's all set, because when you open your eyes, it'll just get ruined. The concealer will get everywhere. I'm just going to brush this off before the translucent setting powder will ruin the darkness of our shadows. I'm going to blend everything out again with that second shade. Bring a little bit more color into it because I like to heavily set my half cut creases or any other cut creases. Anything that includes concealer. So I'm just going to slowly bring color back, and also we need to fix this a bit. Okay, once we got that blended in, I'm going to start taking those dark shades again and going back into my outer corner. I'm going to take the darkest brown we used. Not wasting no time here. I'm going to pat this in the outer corner again and then slowly bring it in. Taking the second shade again, blending this out. And now taking that black shade, oh so carefully, placing that into the outer corner like we did before, and smoking out the outer corner. And now we're going to blend this out. As you can see, it's kind of So I'm going to take that second shade again. Now your half cut crease might like start looking a little not like a half cut crease because of how much we're blending colors in. But it's going to be fine because once we add the shimmer, we can also start carving out with the shimmer. And then when we take the gold glitter, that'll carve it out even more. This is just so we have a shape to work with. So I'm going to take this brush, it's just a random brush. I'm going to take this gold, and what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to wet it with my rose spray, Mario one. Get like 2 sprays. And this will help with fallout and help carve it. We're just gonna pat it over the lid. I'm gonna carefully just start outlining where we did our cut crease. So you can see like the shimmer, like it helps carve it out. So you didn't need to really clean it with concealer. But for me that helps. You can see there, it's like, oh well, now it looks a little too cut off. I'm gonna take the white-18, blend the shimmer in just a little there. Don't start blending all over the lid or else it's gonna look weird. I like to just spray my eye now with the spray. So now, for this look, you can leave it like this, but I feel like it needs more of a pop. I'm gonna take this Stella glitter in Gold Goddess, and this has a really nice wand. I'm gonna carefully just start putting the gold over where we put the shimmer. If you were to just put the gold doesn't have anything, like it's clear. Like I'll just swatch real quick for you. The gold glitter, it's kind of see-through, so that's why I like to add a shimmer shadow behind it. So now with the tip of the wand, I like to just kind of go a little like that. And while it's still wet, I'm gonna be taking the white-18 and blending that gold glitter in. So now that we got one eye done, I'm going to be doing the other one off of camera. Okay, so now I'm going to use my Wet n Wild face primer. Then after I put that primer in, I'm going to spray my face with the rose spray, just because the winter, you have dry skin, and this really helps. If you have oily skin, this spray makes you really dewy. So I would recommend it if you have oily skin. Since we want to go all out, I'm going to just color correct just a little bit. I'm gonna do it around my lips because I kind of plucked the little peach fuzz from that area, so it's a little irritated. Just gonna do it there. This is the LA Girls Color Correct, and I'm gonna blend it in with my damp Morphe sponge. So like my usual foundation mix, I'm going to take my Lancome foundation and my Acne Solutions from Clinique and mix these two in. Match, I'm going to just dot this just a little bit all over the face. I'm going to blend it in with my Morphe sponge. Once I have my foundation all blended, we'll get into the concealer and contouring. I'm going to take the LA Girls Pro Conceal in Cool Tan. This is just going to bronze my skin. It's not that dark, and you'll see in a second. When I was looking to get one of these, I didn't want one too dark where it was going to be hard to blend. This color for my skin tone is really good, and I think that's also nice for beginners too, to not get one that's like really harsh. I'm going to blend it upwards, don't blend down, but make sure that it's blended there. And I'm just gonna blend everything out with the side I put foundation on. So now I'm gonna take a little of my chin, put my Fit Me Concealer in Fair, my nose, my lips, like my upper lip. I'm gonna take a little bit right here just to clean it up and blend it down like that. Not blend it down, but like little streaks, and my under eye. I'm just gonna show you how to blend out right here. I'm gonna blend it out the side we blended out foundation on. I'm gonna blend this one out first too because I don't want it to dry down and be really hard to blend. Now, I'm blending it out even towards where we contoured once we got it blended out downward. Then I'm gonna take a little bit of my foundation. I'm taking it first here, and then I'm taking it towards where we put the concealer. So I'll be right back. I'm gonna blend everything out that I placed, and then I'll be back to set with you guys. Okay, so now to ruin our black shirt, I'm gonna be taking the Airspun Translucent, dipping our Morphe sponge, and look how perfect that is, and pressing that underneath. I'm also gonna be taking that translucent powder, patting it all over my face, but not as heavy as underneath our eye. I'm powdering the whole face just so like other powders, like pressed powders, will blend better on my face. Even though we did bronze with the concealer, I'm gonna be taking the butter bronzer and I'm just gonna bronze cheekbones and forehead again. I'm taking the Y3 from Morphe. So if I were you, I'd want my contour to be chiseled the night of. I'm gonna be taking the Profusion Studio Contour Palette with my Y9. I'm gonna be dipping into that shade right here. I don't wanna look too orange. That's a mistake I've made a while ago, which is why I hit pan. And this dark color for my skin tone really just chisels out your cheekbones, as you can tell. You want to make sure that it is blended. So I like to blend it where I usually put my highlight. Not place the powder there, but blend all the way up there. I'll be taking that powder to the corners of my forehead. I'm taking it right here, just so your lip looks like it's popping. So now once we're done contouring, I'm going to take that translucent powder, and oh, this sponge is so perfect for that sharp cut. I'm going to bake up here too, just to highlight a bit. While I was blending my concealer, I blended it out towards my forehead. I don't like to place my concealer on my forehead, just right here on my nose. So while I am baking, that's when I usually place my eyelashes. I'm going to be taking the Jasmine Brown eyelashes by Eyelure and my Duo Dark Glue with the brush, and I will be right back. I forgot to do wing liner on a camera, but I used the NYX Matte Liquid Liner, and I used the Better Than Sex mascara. Moving on, I'm going to brush the powder off with my Y1. And you make sure all the powder is off. Now I'm going to jump back into that Jaclyn Hill palette, and I'm going to be taking the second shade with my Y18. And I'm going to brush that underneath like it's our transition shade. Be taking this brown right here, and I'm going to take that to the outer corner. Then before we entirely smoke out the underline, I'm going to be taking my Ulta Automatic eye pencil in black, and I'm going to put that on my waterline and on top of my waterline. Dip into the black and take that on the outer corner. I'm going to be taking my Better Than Sex mascara and running that lower lashes. Now we're going to want to take our highlights, and I'm going to take the So Hollywood by Anastasia with my Y14 and highlight your whole face. To blend out our highlight, I'm going to take the Wet n Wild's Color Con blushes in Pearl Scent Pink with my Y4. And now I'm going to set the face. And now I'm going to take a color that doesn't distract the eye look, which is going to be the NYX Lingerie in Ruffle Trim. So this is now the finished look, and it would look 200 times better too with your hair done and your dress and all the other stuff, but this is just the makeup part. I hope you guys enjoyed, and leave suggestions in the comments down below. Like the video if you liked it, because that really supports this channel too, and I'll see you in the next video.